Hello, 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 hello. Good morning. If you can hear me, please drop a comment. Good morning, good morning. This is my attempt to try and see if this live thing is also working on YouTube. I've had a challenge about it, but I think now YouTube is allowing me to do it from my phone. So this is actually coming to you live from my phone, okay? Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. How are you guys doing? Good morning. Good morning. Nice to connect. I'm going to try and answer your questions, some of your questions as soon as possible. I haven't been able to respond to my messages on Facebook in my message inbox for the last 2 days. So that means a lot of work for me. Yeah. Anytime I miss a day or two, like it means they grew up and grew up and grew up. All right. Good morning, sir. Samuel Dankwa. Good morning. Ifine Lovette Ede. Good morning. Okorua Obehi. Afternoon. Afternoon. Um, Loud and clear. You can hear. Good. Beautiful. Beautiful. Asari Kwame Atiwahine, it is clear. Ikena Elvis Inwichi, yes, I can hear you. Thank you very much. If any of you have questions, please go ahead and throw them on the screen if you're comfortable. Michael Desta Sedo, good morning. F1, F1. Okay, all right, good. All right, let me see if anybody has a question. You're going to be noticing that I'll be watching this side because I have my phone. I have my phone here, my other phone here, so that I can, in case I miss any question, I can check it on the other side. So, yeah, bear with me. Mhm. But I hope all of you are doing good. It's been a busy week for me. In case you also didn't know, I have also resumed my one of my side hustles. So that means less time for me. I coach people how to drive, huh? That's one thing I do. I coach people how to. Hmm? So these times are also very busy for me. I had suspended that job, the coaching job, for 2 months because I had a baby. So I wanted to spend time with my family. I stopped any work I was doing, any side hustle that I was doing. I stopped all of that. But now I just resumed, right? So that also means that in the daytime, I'm a little bit more busier, plus my real estate and other things too. Blessed Mekus, good afternoon. From your motherland, GH, a very good man with lots of knowledge. Thanks for your help. Thank you so much, Blessed. Sorry, Kwame Atuahene said I couldn't catch you on Clubhouse. I was live but couldn't connect. Could you upload it on your YouTube? I mean, the lesson on real estate. Since that was my first time, I had no idea how to record that session with it. So I don't know whether it's been saved or it's gone. I'll go back to my Clubhouse and see if there is a way I can retrieve that, okay? All right. Mommy Joe, Josephine this. Josephine, wow. Josephine, we've missed you for so many months. Josephine is one of my top followers. Um, she's from China. When I started this page with just 2, 3 people, Josephine was there. She hasn't been well, so she's been off for a long time. She's coming to join us today for the first time in several months. Josephine, we thank God for your life. We thank God for your life and the healing, okay? Um, Ifeanyi Lovett Ede, as a principal applicant for provincial nomination, must my partner write out and apply for WES? The answer is no. The answer is no. If you are doing a provincial nominee program, the principal applicant is the only person who is required to verify their credentials, to, especially, let me talk about the language. You are the only person who is supposed to do the um, language test. Once you get, when you are filling the form, they will ask you to include your dependents, which is your husband, your children. But you are the only person who is going to be verifying your documents and take the WES and take the IELTS exams, right? When you do get the nomination, and then you are applying for the Federal Express Entry now using the nomination certificate, you are going to be adding all your family members that, remember, you should have stated or included them in the application when you're doing the nominee. And then when they give you the nominee, they're actually going to tell you that all these family members are eligible to also apply with you. So to answer your question, you are the only person who takes it. Now, this is different from the federal application. Remember, at the federal level, if your spouse did it, it boosts your point. But for provincial nominee, your spouse doesn't have to do it. You are the only person who does it, okay? And it covers all your children once you have included their name in the application from the beginning. All right. Rest Triple, please. I left a message on Facebook Messenger. Yeah, Rest, I haven't been on Facebook Messenger for a while, so there's a chance there are many, many messages there. If your message is not too private, you can drop it there and I'll respond right away. Collins Tosin, please, I want to ask if a personal support worker do have prospect back home and is defendable to the visa officer. Collins, your question is not clear. I'm struggling to get your point. Uh, please, I want to ask if a personal support worker do have prospect back home and is defendable to the visa officer. Okay, let's see. I think I understand what you're saying. Back home, do you have prospect? Basically, a personal support worker is somebody who is working with the elderly people. Are there elderly people in Ghana in the hospitals? Yes. In fact, the fact that you are from Canada and you've been trained there means that a health institution will most likely want to work with you if you go back home. I also believe that by the time you'd have acquired your experience here, when you go back home, you can even start your own. I believe in creating as well. So if you come to Canada, you study here, you practice as a personal support worker, definitely when you go back home, it will be difficult for you to be employed at the salary level that you're making in Canada. In other words, you would have been making so much money in Canada that when you go back home and they give you the money of a nurse, you wouldn't even like it. So it is more better. You can get a job when you go back to Ghana or Nigeria or wherever, but definitely it will be better if you even go and create your own institution, which is similar to where you were working in Canada, right? You will get a job. I believe so. Just the fact that you have Canadian experience, educated in Canada, means others in Africa will be struggling to compete with you for that job. Okay. All right. Mm. Onyenike, confidence. Okay, Lovette. I read your question, Lovette. Thank all those that checked back on me. Mami Joe, this from Josephine. Josephine say, thank all those that checked back on me, and please help me thank our brother for stepping in when all hope was lost. Thank you so much, brother Jimmy. You are a brother I never had. God bless you. God bless you so much, Josephine, too, for allowing yourself to be the point of blessing for my family. I'm happy, me and my family are happy to have supported you during your hard times. We are just a vessel God used to bless you. So thank you so much. And I'm also happy to have you as a sister. I hope you are doing well. Onyenike, confidence. I have my transcript degree certificate now and other few documents now, sir. Can I apply for a number of schools in Canada for master's degree at the same time? Yes. So when it comes to applying to schools, there is no limit. You can apply as many as you want. You can apply to, in fact, there are people who apply to do different courses within the same school. For example, you take Memorial, you could apply to maybe this course and then apply to another course within the same school. So long as you're targeting those two courses, they are going to treat them as independent applications. You can apply to different schools. You can even apply to a college. Remember, applying to the school is not a problem so long as you meet the requirement. Okay, that is the most important thing there. So you can apply to as many schools as you want. The most important thing is to assess your eligibility, know that you meet the requirement, know that your chances are high, and then you can go in and drop your application. Thank you. Aziz Adebola, VBT for you, one of my top followers. Thank you so much. That's great. Ebenezer Shonayi, what type of IELTS is required for the Canadian program? I have academic. Let me take this question. Ebenezer Ashon Ayi. Normally, schools in Canada will not require an IELTS exam. I've said this many times before, but let me just say this. Maybe I should do short videos on some of these topics, short videos instead of just a broad Q&A. Schools in Canada don't require an IELTS from applicants who are coming from a Commonwealth country. What is a Commonwealth country? A country that was formerly colonized by the UK and their first language is English. Ghana is one, Kenya is one, the Gambia, these countries. We are Commonwealth nations. Nigeria, Cameroon, no, Cameroon is missed, right? It is waived, guys. This requirement is waived for anybody who is from a Commonwealth country. So even when you go to the website of the school and you see IELTS, chances are your country will be listed as one of them. They will normally list all the countries that are exempted from taking the IELTS. So in short, you don't need an IELTS. If you're applying to a school and you see the school is asking you for an IELTS, by all your education that you did growing up was in English, I recommend you send an email to the school. Take your time and read the requirements well. There is a chance they have included that you don't need an IELTS if you're from these countries. Take your time, send them an email. When I say email, look for their contact information on the website, the same website. They will provide it there. Contact us via email, blah, blah, blah. Send them an email and tell them, you know what, I'm from this country, I'm from Ghana, I'm from Nigeria, I'm from this, I'm from that, I'm from Kenya. I like to apply to this school for this course. Can you clarify if I will be needing an IELTS since I did all my education in Ghana or in Nigeria or Kenya? And all my education I did in English. They will confirm to you and tell you you don't need it. Okay, thank you so much, guys. If you're watching this live session, I would appreciate if you can hit the like button. Remember, this is my first time growing my YouTube live as well, so your like buttons simply make it easier for YouTube to make it more visible to my followers. Okay, this is how the algorithm works. So if you don't mind, aside from your comments, just hit the like button if you can. If so long as you're online, just do me that favor of hitting the like button. It makes it easier for you to catch me when I'm live. YouTube is going to show you my videos anytime I go live in case you miss it, right? So do your best and just hit the like button. Thank you. I can see 2 of you already liking it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Just do me that favor. All right. Adestina Habed, always on point, sir. Please, do I need to keep the funds in my account till I enter Canada? Good question. The funds will be needed for 2 points. One, when you apply to the school, you need the funds to pay your fees. Number 2, after you get the admission, you need a proof of funds to apply for your visa. Personally, the moment your visa is approved, you no longer have that requirement again. I'm going to say this. The moment the school, thank you so much. 3 more people have liked the video. I appreciate I can see 23 people online. So if all of you can just hit the like button, that would be great. I really appreciate that. So the moment your visa gets approved, you no longer have any more requirement of proof of funds. You can decide to do whatever you want to do with your funds. Remember, all you need from that point is buying your ticket, getting your bags and everything were ready. And then when you arrive at the airport, the immigration officer at the border will not ask you whether you still have your money in your bank account. They won't ask you that. They will basically may ask you whether you are carrying a large quantity of money on you, physical cash, right? And per the immigration rules here, anybody who with less than $10,000 is exempted from declaring. I mean, you can declare, but they won't do anything to you. But if your money is more than 10,000, then they have to actually check you and see why you're carrying a large amount of cash on you, right? So you don't need that. The like button, somebody says I can't find it. It's on top of the comment section. So where they have written live chat, if you click on that button, there is a chance you see the like button show there. If you click on the button where it says top chat, 22 people watching or something, I'm pretty sure when you click on that, or maybe when you click on the X where the comment section has shown, it will probably give you the like button to see. Thank you very much. I can see 13 of you liking it. God bless you. Let me go to your questions now. Tawande Kacheri, how much bank balance should be in your bank statement to prove you have sufficient funds? It differs from applicant to applicant. It differs from applicant to applicant. It is based on the amount of school fees you have to pay for 1 year, It is based on your living expenses in Canada, which is estimated to be 10,000 Canadian dollars. It is also based on extra emergency money you may want to have. So my simple answer is this: the more money, the better. For example, if your bank statement balance is about $15,000 Canadian dollars, okay, but your school fees is 8,000. Let's say your school fees is 8,000. Aside from your school fees, you need to prove that you have extra 10,000 Canadian dollars for your living expenses when you live in Canada for 1 year. So 8,000 plus 10,000, that is 18,000. But aside from that, you need to even give them some extra money to, show them that you still have some emergency money. If something bad happens, you have some extra money. You see, so my recommendation is that at least 20,000 plus is good. In fact, the more the money in your bank account, the better. Remember, if you own a business, if you have a full-time job, your pay stub, your employment letter from employer showing that you're working, um, your assets, your car, if you have a house, anything which you think can boost your chances, add them. Guys, also know this: it differs from applicant to applicant. Some of you may be on scholarship. If you're on scholarship, chances that you need more money compared to the person without scholarship is different. The person without a scholarship will obviously need to show more money. The person with a scholarship wouldn't need to show crazy money. All he needs to do is his living expenses and maybe emergency funds. So here is a rule of thumb: if you're on full scholarship, at least $10,000 plus extra, maybe $5,000, could be more, could be good for you. I remember when I was doing mine, that was about the amount of money I had. I had about 10,000 Canadian dollars equivalent plus some extra money as emergency money, right? Aside from my scholarship. So if you're not on scholarship, just throw your fees on top. Anything over $20,000 in money is better, right? In short, I'll say this: the more the money in your bank account, the better. The more the money, the better. Remember, even if you don't have the money personally, you could use the funds from a family member, your uncle, your dad, your mom. All you need to do, I'm going to do a video, just checking to see if that was my daughter. I'm going to do a video. You see, what I'm planning to do now, my videos tend to be a little bit longer. So I'm going to be doing short videos that will try to answer some of these things, like 10 minutes video, 5 minutes videos on these small topics, right? So that they don't all look like a long video that everybody has to watch, right? So I'm gonna change. Now that my YouTube is working, I'm gonna change all this and do short videos. And then hopefully that helps you. All right. Mami Joe, bro, I checked for visa application documents and we need medicals and it's either UK or London. Can you brief me, please? Thank you. Yeah, the medicals are needed for you when you do your visa applications. But per what I know, unless it has changed, you do not need to do your medicals until they send you an email asking you to do your medicals. So if you're doing your study permit application, you don't need to do your medicals. They will just submit your application documents. You don't even need to include your passport. When they vet your document and they think everything is good, your admission letter is there, your proof of funds is there, your purpose of travel letters are good, you have filled the forms well, then they will send you an email at some point to tell you, please proceed to go and do your medicals. And they would have told you which hospitals or which health facilities they want you to go to do your medicals. So basically, you're going to go there. They will give you even a letter to add to you to go with to go and do your medical. That's what I did. I didn't have to do my medicals, guys. They asked me. They sent me an email telling me to go and do my medicals. And from what I know, the moment you get an email telling you to go and do your medicals, it means your visa is likely approved. And they just want you to complete with the medicals exams, right? And then they ask for your passport and then they tell you to. Good. So that is how it works for study permit. But for permanent resident, when you are doing a permanent resident application or a nominee application, all of them have a time that they will tell you to do the medicals. My recommendation is that read carefully and see when they need you to do the medicals, depending on the type of application you're doing. All right. VBT for you. I understand now. Doing a great job. Peace. Jidodo. Thank you. Peace. I like your phone. All right. Please, I can't find the like button. I answered that question. Can I apply for a different province at the same time, create different expression of interest for different provinces? Yes, yes. But before you do that, make sure you have read on the first one you did whether it allows you to do. Most provinces don't mind you having multiple provincial nominee applications, but there may be one or two provinces that may not allow you. For example, Manitoba. I'm pretty sure Manitoba does not allow you to have another application with a different province, but most of the other provinces will allow you to have a different application with other provinces. Okay, so remember to just check that on the website. If you're not too sure, use the contact us link button on the website to seek some clarification from them. It differs from province to province. Aziz Adebola, please can you do a video so we can know schools that have post-work permit? I have actually done a video. No, you're right. I'm going to do a video on that. I will not do the video by listing the schools per se, but I will do a video giving you the criteria to use when you are checking the schools. Okay. Thank you so much, Aziz. I'm going to do a video on that. All right. Let me check the other questions that are coming. Blessed. Okay, let me take this one first. Communicate confidence. Okay, and confidence say exit the live chat to see the like button and then return back to the live chat. So that is a way to do that. If you exit the live chat, not the video itself, for the live chat, right? If you exit the live chat or whatever, and then you go back, you're going to see the like button there to hit that. Many of you have hit that down. I like that, but if you haven't hit the like button, please do that for me if you can. Inim phone Jeremiah, I've applied for a tourist visa. I believe that is a visitor's visa. And I want to come with my, okay, let me go back to your question. And I want to come with my family. My wife is an artist and plays the drum. I want to know if it will be possible to upgrade my as soon as I get it to Canada. Because you have already applied for yourself, you don't want to do anything suspicious. Allow them to just work on your application for you. They're either going to approve it or they may not approve it. When you finish entering the country, I have done a video. I want you to go back and watch that video. How to convert a visa to a something work permit or something else. Guys, listen to this. The immigration officers are very sensitive when you are doing visitor's visa. You don't want to give them the impression you are planning to move your whole family. Remember, you said you are coming to visit. You are a tourist. You're a tourist, huh? Please, you submitted that application. Allow them to work on it. When you finish and you enter the country and you get the visa, plan how you are going to now convert that. If that is what you want to do, you can now work on converting that. But don't bring your family into this as bringing your whole family along. They will suspect it right away and they will quickly change their mind about that. It is better for you to come in, step your foot in the country, find a way to make yourself permanent and then bring your family than for you to try and bring your whole family along after you've submitted your own application without including your family. In fact, the chances that they will give a whole family visitor's visa is even not likely, right? One person likely, but the whole family, unless you give them some serious reason to believe you are genuine. So please don't mess it up by just trying to upgrade things. Some of you will do an application, the visa officer hasn't done anything, and then you give them a document. The document that you're going to give them better improve your chances and not to worsen your chances. Okay. Let me go back to Inga and Hosea. Thank you for always updating in info. I have applied. I have answered your question. Sorry, real estate, please. Could you recommend some books and online platform to get more knowledge to supplement the practical teachings you are giving us? Thank you. I recommend you start with Cash Flow. Any book from Kiyosaki is a good book because Kiyosaki is big on financial knowledge. So he has different books. He has Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That is a great book. I recommend. In fact, almost every investor may have read that book. He also has another book called Cash Flow. The book on cash flow, which teaches you about the different quadrants in life where people find themselves. The cash flow quadrant has 4 quadrants, like it's like a box, right? A box with 4 corners, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And it basically says that there are some people who make money, but their monies are not guaranteed in life. They have no security over that money. They will lose the money the moment they begin work. They stop working. Like employees, for example, small business owners. If they stop opening that shop, the business will collapse, right? Like most businesses in Africa, run by one person, right? The moment that person has a health issue or stops working, the business collapses. And then on the other side, you have the big business owners like the Walmarts, the McDonald's, the Facebooks, the Amazons. These people don't need to work the rest of their life. They just set it up and then they leave the business and the business runs like a system. And then you have investors, people who don't work at all. They just know how to do investment, right? Like stock, like crypto. Like basically, he teaches you about all this. I recommend you start reading books from Kiyosaki. Personally, the book that I read that sparked my interest in real estate, the title is, so you might want to write this title down, How to Become a Real Estate Investor. How to Become a Real Estate Investor by Phil Pastiofsky. Phil Pasti, he has a European, Eastern European name, so it's hard for me to pronounce. But his name is Phil Pastiofsky. PutsveskOky. Pastiofsky. Phil Pastiofsky. How to Become a Real Estate Investor. Even if you try Googling the name of the book, How to Become a Real Estate Investor, and you add Phil, Puts, it will begin typing the rest for you. Google will probably pull it up. That book, I believe, when I read that book, this is what happened now. When I read that book, I didn't even finish the book. I must be honest with you, I didn't finish the book. I started reading it, and then I got to a chapter where the guy had dropped some golden knowledge. That knowledge would just open my mind up. Like it fired my spirit up right away. You know, where something fires you up and you feel like taking action right away. That's how I felt. When I read that book and I got to a place where he talked about his poor background and how he was struggling, and then he came to understand real estate and how he did his first deal and he made that big money. The moment I got there, like I just closed the book and then I started looking for a broker right away. I was so excited. I felt like that was what I needed. You know, look, it is like the Ethiopian Enoch and the apostle. In the Ethiopian Enoch and Philip. The Ethiopian Enoch was reading the Bible. He was reading the scroll, but he didn't understand it. But he kept reading. The moment Philip showed up and Philip opened his eye to understand what he was reading, the way he felt, that was how I felt. Like for me, it was big. I did not complete reading that book. I started taking action right away. I called the broker. I said, you know what, I want to buy a house. Please assess my documents. And like I just started. And from there, one thing led to the other. So these are some books I can recommend, but I can also show you a couple of my books. Let me just grab, yeah, I do have a couple of my books here. Let me just grab some of them for you, okay? So this book is one of them. I don't know if you guys are seeing it good. Am I turning it properly? Am I turning it properly? Okay, so I think this is better. You guys are seeing it now. If you're looking at it, just look at it properly. You're going to see the name of the author here, okay? OPM, Other People's Money. Written by who? Written by Michael A. Letcher, Other People's Money. This book has been endorsed by Robert Kiyosaki. In fact, if you look at it, you'll see Robert Kiyosaki's name in the circle, right? He's endorsed this book. Rich Dad's Advisors. This guy who wrote this book is somebody who has worked with Robert Kiyosaki. What is this book about? It teaches you how to use other people's money to invest and create wealth. Other people's money simply means money that is not your own money, but you take it and you use it wisely. Not money that you go and take and you blow it up and spend it. Money that you use wisely. Okay. So, for example, let me give you an example. The last two properties I bought, I use this concept, okay? The last two properties I bought are worth about $850,000. Um, the truth is that I didn't buy it with my money. It's zero money of mine. Can you imagine that? Yes, I picked almost $1 million property, two properties for $850,000. But I did not use my money. It is basically zero of my income. You see that? I didn't use my money. But for you to be able to understand these things and how the rich people use credit to build wealth, you would have started understanding how the rich you so some this is some of the reasons why I read like this. Mhm. When I started real estate, I thought I needed to buy everything with 100% of my money. I didn't know. When I was doing my renovation, I thought I needed to use 100% of my own cash. I didn't know. I didn't know that there are all kinds of credits that you could get to finance your deals. You see, in fact, now given what I know, I have all kinds of credits with the banks. Some of them are zero interest. I have a zero interest credit card. Can you imagine that? Zero interest credit card, meaning the bank gave me money to use and pay zero interest rate. Zero interest rate, meaning, I don't know. Guys, I have one of my credit cards here. The limit on that credit is $25,000, meaning I could spend up to $25,000, right? But guys, I don't have to pay an interest on that credit card. Can you imagine that? It's like somebody giving you a loan for $25K and telling you don't pay an interest, just give it back to me in this time. But all I'm saying is this: until you understand real estate, until you invest your time in reading, not just reading, watching videos from the gurus, people who know this and they're sharing it willingly. You can tell what I'm doing. I'm not charging you money. There are also people out there who are doing this, but they are charging money. Me is one of the things I did. I made sure I wasn't just being duped by anybody out there. There are fakers out there. Oh. There are people who are looking for your ignorance so they can sell you all kind of stuff. Look, guys, for me, I'm very careful what I watch. I don't just follow people. There are some people when you watch them, you can tell they are genuine, they want to help you. There are some people when you watch them, you can tell they want to just even take money out of your pocket. Be careful which videos you watch. The kind of videos you watch on YouTube can even affect your knowledge. When I started real estate, I started watching a video from somebody in the US, and the information he was giving me was what I was using. Later on, I realized whatever information was giving is not what the actual rich people use, so I stopped watching that person. In short, even on YouTube, you must be careful who you are watching. There are many people doing YouTube videos on immigration, but so one may give you the right information, another may not give you. You remember YouTube, everybody feed doing video. So you must verify to know that this person is actually somebody who knows what they are doing. I hope you understand. For me, I believe in credit. I believe in using credit. I believe in using money from other people smartly. I can take your 10,000 and I'll double it. I can take your 5,000 and I'll triple it. I believe in doing that because I believe in creating things. I don't believe in using money, taking money as loan and going to blow it on vacation. I believe in investing it because this is what the rich people do. Facebook did the same thing. Amazon did the same thing. They took other people's money to grow their businesses. They took other people's money to invest in Facebook to make Facebook a big brand. Today, Facebook has been listed on the stock exchange. Huh? That is because they are taking money from the people who are buying the stocks and investing it. It's the same concept here. Other people's money. Amazon is selling shares. Huh? You know why? They are taking money from the public and investing it. Other people's money. All right, that was just your question there. You asked a question about a book, but you can see how deep I went, huh? Telling you that I have so much to pour. All right, let me go through some of your questions. Can a student buy a house while he or she is still in school? Yes and no. Yes, if you can prove to them that you have enough money to survive. Remember, some people, I'm not saying everybody is poor, but some people are barely struggling to pay their fees. So, of course, with these people, the bank will definitely not even assess them to buy. There are also some people who are students, all right, but they're super, super wealthy or they have money. The Asians tend to be this type of students. Most of the students from China, by the time they would have finished their school, they have bought a house. Hmm? And the reason being that they are mostly middle class people, they drive the Benz, they have money while they're in school, they are driving Mercedes Benz and stuff. They can buy a $50,000 house, sorry, a car. Some of them buy cars worth 50,000 and they are students. because their parents have money from China, right? So these people, if they are buying a house, no matter what the bank needs from them, they provide it. If the bank needs more money from them, they put it down. But you from Africa, maybe that's not your case. I'm not saying all of you, some of you may have money. But if you know you are a student and you can barely even pay your accommodation, just know that chances that you'll be able to buy your first house are difficult. It's better that if you know you don't have the money and you don't have the knowledge, you finish school, you understand how it works, and then you begin working on that area. All right, Colin Stolson, I was working in the company before last month. I set up my own company. Please can present my own company to the visa officer to get a letter from the company that I was working there. Yeah, you can do that. So long as you are working there and you have a good relationship with that company, reach out to them, let them provide you a proof that you are working there, blah, blah, blah. And then, yeah, they can help you with that. Proof of employment could always help you. Proof that you also own your own business could also help you. So if you can show documents that you own a business, that will help you. Michael Mayowa, do I need to go along with my passport for biometric and medical? When you're going for your medicals, the the document from the commission, the visa officer will tell you what and what documents you need. I think during my time, they asked me for my passport and the letter for the medicals when I did mine in Ghana. So remember, the way the Canadian people work, they don't leave everything. They tell you everything you must do. They tell you everything you must do. So remember, when you get there, they're going to tell you what documents you need to go do your medicals, okay? So look out for that. But definitely an ID, a piece of ID is good, and your passport is a very good piece of ID as you're going to do your medicals. Um, so an info says you've added your whole family already, okay, and you're trying to, okay, that's good. They've asked you to prove that your wife is an artist, okay, so you're submitting, you're trying to provide them with that, okay, and you're also trying to provide. I wish you luck with the application, that it goes through for you. Normally, when you're doing a visitor's visa, you are doing it alone, your chances could be better. But if it's a host of people like a family, then your documentation have to be really, really strong, right? You can tell they're asking you for further documents, right? So these are documents you should have provided actually. You shouldn't have even waited for them to ask you. You're saying your wife is an artist, but you didn't show any proof. So remember, guys, when you're applying, whatever you say, try and back it with proof for them to know that is you have proof. Not every officer may come back to you and ask you to provide extra documents. Some of them will just refuse it because you didn't provide it. So thank you. So, I mean, just make sure when you're applying, you do your best to provide every document. All right. Ibrahim Muntari. So I applied for a school and scholarship in Canada. I was given a conditional admission, but not the scholarship. The fees was 32K and couldn't continue with it. Are there cheap schools? Yes, there are cheap schools. I have done a video on that. The title of that video is Most Affordable Schools and Universities and Colleges in Canada. It is on my YouTube channel. So when we finish this video, just go down, go through my videos and type. I have put all my scholarship and student videos in one folder. And I think I've named this scholarship or something. So when you open that folder, you see all my videos on education there, okay? Yeah. Sir Wu is a wisdom. How viable is professional photography in Canada? How can I apply to do a job over there? And here, jobs that we don't respect in Africa are the jobs that earn a lot. For example, to just go and take a photo, they make more than, these guys make more than minimum wage. That's all I can say. Photographers make more than minimum wage. Plus, if you're a photographer here, you decide your own salary. Nobody, except you're working for a company. So it is one of the jobs that pays more here because it's a skill that is considered as a serious skill here. Videography, photography, these jobs pay more, okay, compared to Africa where nobody respects them, right? So, all right. Thank you for the explanation. Yes, you went deeper. Well noted. Atwahini, thanks for that feedback. Any more questions? I'm trying to see if you guys have no more questions. Today, this is just me trying to um, do my live session to see how it is here. So if you have any questions, guys, keep them coming, please. Keep the questions coming. Let me see if I missed anybody's question. So far, I've answered almost everybody's question. VBT for you. You don't have a question for me today, huh? Adesina has no question. That one day, okay, I've answered your question. Bless Mekus. Okay, Bless, I missed your question. Let me read it. Bless had asked a question earlier. I want to know, does Dunwoody College registered for PR after program, please? Because I found out they are doing automotive program. Just to be clear, I'm going to answer your question. Bless Mekus. I do look, guys. There are several hundreds of schools in Canada. It is impossible for me to tell you that each and every one of them has this and that. So I will not be able to, in fact, except for the ones that I know offhand. This school, for example, I've never heard of it. It doesn't mean they are not legit. It doesn't also mean they are legit. What I can rather do is to do a video that will give you the guidelines on how you can find the right college. I have done a post on this on my Facebook. I wrote a whole post and I shared the criteria to use when you're looking for a college. So maybe you've missed that, but if you haven't missed that, my daughter has woken up. Come over. Good. Maybe you missed that, but if you haven't missed that, I promise I'm going to do a whole video on how to identify the right college in Canada. But to answer your question in a simple form, go online and Google this school. What are you going to Google? Three things. One, you're going to Google to find out whether this school has a designated learning institution number. Designated learning institution number. You want to Google to see if they have that. Get that your case. Good. You're going to Google to see whether this school has a designated institution learning number. If they do have it, that is just the first step. It doesn't mean they are legit. It simply means that they are registered to have international students. Number two, you are also going to Google whether this school, the course that you are doing, whether this school gives you the opportunity to get a postgraduate work permit. For example, would you be eligible for postgraduate work permit if you go to Dunwoody College? You're going to Google that. You're going to see what Google is going to tell you. Google is going to tell you that people have written reviews about that already. You want to Google that. And then finally, you want to even try to schedule a meeting with the school to ask them whether you will be eligible for a postgraduate work permit. Because postgraduate work permit is what you need to be able to apply for your PR, right? Without that, it's going to be almost difficult for you to do that. So I hope that answers your question. Make sure you go and remember also I have another page on Facebook called Canada Visa Forum. Canada Visa Forum. Okay, it's on my Facebook, Canada Visa Forum. Hyphen Africa chapter, Canada Visa Forum hyphen. If you go there, I've actually posted some of these things there already. Okay, I hope it helps you. All right. Ibrahim Muntari. Ibrahim Muntari has a question. Let me check that question out. Thank you, boss. I want to know if there is a way Canadian visa sticker sent through DHL when you've done for biometric fingerprint as a center without them taking your passport. If they ask you for your passport, you are going to send it to them. Normally, the passport, except you are from a country where they use an agency. In Ghana, for example, they use what we call the visa centers, IOM. I believe they use an agency called IOM. That is where they collect their passports and they drop off the passport. They normally will ask you to send it to them directly. If you are in Europe, they will give you an address to send it to, or they will give you a center to send it to. Now, when they are sending it back to you, they are also going to use the same channel. If you sent it to them through a center, they are going to send it back to the center so you can go and pick it up. And then they'll send you an email to go and pick it up. If you sent it to them directly, they are going to send it back to you directly through the postal address that you gave them. You cannot give them instruction to send it to you through DHL. They don't do that. They send it to you through the same channel that you send it to them. You understand? All right. You cannot tell them to send it to a different place that you want. You cannot give them instruction. They will send it based on the proper channels that you use. In other words, you must know whether you sent it to them directly based on where your country of application is, or if you're in a country where they want you to use an agency like International Organization of Migration, IOM, then you have to submit it through there. In Ghana, we use that center. In Nigeria, I believe there is a place you guys also go to. And Kenya, I believe there is a place around the Safari Com house in Kenya where people go and then submit their visas there, right? So every country and how it works. Okay, let me see if there is any other country, any other question here. Collins Tosin, can I study personal support worker for a year and nursing for second year? Yes, you can do that. You can change your courses for your second year. You can do that. In fact, I have a video with a lady that I interviewed from Ghana. She's a nurse. If you see my interview with that lady, she actually came and did one course and then she changed to another course as well, right? So it's possible. You can always change your course. You can even change your school after the first year. It's allowed. All right, guys. Thank you so much. This has been my first live Q&A on my YouTube. I hope you enjoyed it. Share this, let a lot of people find this. I will do my best to be doing more of this as I get time. I'm going to be getting ready to brush my daughter, get her ready, feed her, and then I start my day. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. Still working on my website and a few other things. And this week as well, I've been busy interviewing some people for the job posting. I interviewed a couple of people, at least maybe 12 people or something like that. And there are some of them I've shortlisted. I'm just reviewing some few things right now, like salary, negotiating back and forth. Yeah, and then hopefully I want to hire about 2 people so that they can start working uh, to support me on the website, right? Because I do so much, I won't have the time to be writing articles at the end of the videos and stuff. So I need people who can come in and help. Yeah. So thank you so much for your patience. If you don't see me online, it means that I'm just busy with some stuff. But I'm happy whenever I have the time. You can tell, like, it's the first thing I do after I pray and I wake up. I just want to come and spend time with you guys. So thank you so much. Those of you who are online, I really appreciate. Remember, this is my live Q&A, and you guys were part of it. So thank you so much. Yeah? Rest Triple, please, my question hadn't been answered. Rest, can you post your question again? You said your question hasn't been answered. Can you post your question? Keith Loris, thank you so much. Keith Loris, my very good friend from Benin. Huh? The first time I went to Benin, I actually stayed in his house. He hosted me. He's a good host and a friend and a brother. Thank you. Rest Triple, you have to pose the question properly so I can understand. Remember, I said I missed it. So, and I'm holding my daughter, which makes it difficult for me to scroll. So you need to type the full question. If you type just about investment, I won't be able to know what you're talking about, okay? So type the question properly, okay? All right. Type the question in such a way that when I read it, I'm waiting to read your question to answer that before I go offline. All right, guys. I wish you all the best. Somebody just got an admission from New Brunswick Community College. The person is on the way to pay their fees and work on your visa. I wish the person all the best. Some of you have also started arriving in Canada. You've sent me messages. I wish you all the best. You're welcome. Rest Triple, I'm still waiting for your question. And whilst I'm waiting, if anybody has a question, you can quickly drop that as well. VBT for you. I don't have a question, yes, because I'm not applying for anything now. When I'm done with studies, I shall look out for scholarship there. I appreciate, thank you. And I hope this makes you even study harder, to do better. VBT for you. Thank you so much, brother. Okay. I believe Rest Triple is typing his question. Still waiting. I'll wait for some few more seconds. Whew. Did you guys enjoy the live Q&A on YouTube? How different is it? So one thing I'm noticing with the YouTube one is that it's easy for me to scroll back and see the questions. With Facebook, it's just hard. Like the more you scroll, the more they look messed up. Huh? But the YouTube one is easier for me to also scroll. So I like this one. I don't know about you. I don't know whether you guys are enjoying it too. I don't know. We'll see. Colin Stolson, I got admission into Cambria College for winter. I'm still waiting for CNA and NBCC. All right, sounds good. Sounds good. So that you can choose which one you want to. So whilst you're waiting, you can send these other schools a message Tell them you are. In fact, yesterday I coached somebody to send it. The person hasn't also received the admission from NBCC. So the person asked me, what do I do? And I said, you know what, draft a message and send them to, and find out about the status of your application and let them know you are keenly waiting so that you can make a decision between them and another school, Yeah, just let them know. Because sometimes you might go and pay the fees for one school and then another one comes and the fees is cheaper, right? So it's better you send them a message. So rest report, your question is incoming. I consider that will be done for now, guys. Thank you so much for your time. God bless you. This is Choco Millionaire. And remember, you don't need more money. You need more wisdom. Wisdom makes all the difference in life. Trust me. Without wisdom, we struggle. Without wisdom, we struggle. Mm? And I hope we'll pursue wisdom. The moment I began understanding life, my life became more clear to me. Wisdom makes life clear. Wisdom answers all your questions. When you begin asking questions that will lead you to know things in life, you become a fulfilled man. Wisdom will tell you why you are on earth. Wisdom will tell you why you are doing what you're doing. Wisdom will tell you whether you're using your time wisely. Wisdom will tell you whether what you're doing is going to lead to a good thing or bad thing. Wisdom is going to tell you to ask questions like, Wisdom is going to tell you to ask questions like, why is somebody making £80,000 a week and another person makes none of that money their entire life? Wisdom is going to tell you why somebody is struggling and another person is not struggling. Wisdom is going to tell you why you've been making the same mistake and you never learn from it. Wisdom makes life easier. The moment I became wiser, I started living a better life. If you don't live a better life, it could mean because you are not asking important questions in life. Ask important questions in life, and wisdom will reveal the secrets of life to you. God bless you. This is Choco Millionaire. Have a good day. Bye bye.